Hi guys, I hope you're well. Just wanted to give you an update on a special project that I'm doing for the Salamanders Help for Heroes charity army. With Salamanders obviously having the fluff and the background that they do, I wanted something for the army that was going to be a little bit interesting, gave a bit more of a dynamic on the fluff, and kind of fit in really well with the army, and had kind of like not a comedy, but like a sort of humorous and funny element, but not in a too cheesy sort of way. So when I put my mind to it, I decided that I wanted to convert a specialist sort of special bike squad, but obviously not mounted on bikes. And the idea that I've had was to actually mount them on salamanders. When I was looking for models of salamanders, there wasn't anything that really caught my eye, in the 40k side of things or online on other sort of like websites and things like that. So what I actually did use in the end, I actually decided to use was a cold one from the Warhammer range. It's actually a dark elf cold one. As you can see, I've mounted it on a biker base. I'm going to put obviously loads of debris and stuff on the bases just to make them a bit more 40k-esque. It doesn't look too much of a fantasy unit without the elf on it. I did try and just put it on the elf on there just to see what it looked like. It doesn't really look too fantasy once you take the elf off. It could be quite in keeping. The saddle and things like that could be fairly 40k-esque. But let me know your thoughts. So the process of where I've been up to is obviously trying to get a marine to sit on here in a decent way. When you look at it and you try and get a marine on there, if you get the sort of, say for example, the standard legs, they don't really fit on very well. As you can see, it's quite difficult to sort of like get them, and biker legs as well. You have to excuse the painting on this one because it's quite an old biker, but basically a biker just doesn't sit on there very well either. So basically I had a bit of a problem. So to get around the problem, what I've actually done is I've had to get my trusty carafe knife out, and I've had to absolutely butcher a pair of legs and groin of a marine and actually cut it to fit. Now, as you can see in the gaps here, I'll just focus in so you can have a look. In the gaps here, you can see that I've actually pinned the legs onto the groin to give it that riding pose. There is a bit of a gap there, as you can see, under the groin there and the backside really, so it's a bit difficult to fit that. So what I'm actually going to be doing is I'm going to be green stuffing sort of not robes but like something just to cover that and over the leg. The hole obviously is from the pin where it's actually gone through, just to firmly secure the legs onto the body. And that's really where I'm up to so far with this guy. But I have done one already completely to the end, so I'm going to be showing you that now. And I would like some opinions and thoughts on this. For scale, it is kind of in scale. It does look kind of right. The gaps will be hidden, as I said, and all this is going to, the plasteel armour is going to be green stuffed into the gaps there, so you won't really see any of the pin or anything. And I thought that the size of the cold ones matched the marines quite well. When you stand a regular marine next to a cold one, you can see that they are kind of okay-ish in size. They do look like they would be able to ride them. So this is kind of like step one was that. Step two was obviously trying to get the legs to fit right, and then after you get the legs done, you end up with something like this. So as you can see, I've got the cold one underneath. Fortunately, what I've done is I've actually used the Dark Angel's legs from the Raven Wing, and it comes with a cape enough to sort of like hide where it would fit. So that's really where I'm up to with this guy. He's going to need a bit of green stuff work because there's a gap in the torso here. I don't know if you can see, it's late in the evening now, so you probably can't see very well, but there is a gap underneath where the two parts of these legs join together. And that's where I've got up to on this guy. I chose the sort of like the largest cold one for the sergeant. He's got the largest spikes and horns on him, just to show that he's more sort of like the leader, dominant sort of like salamander, or cold one, whatever you want to call him. And then obviously put the sergeant on there in a charge, looking like he's about to punch someone in the face, which is what I've done with a pose. Quite happy with how it's come out. Give me some feedback, let me know what your thoughts. There are some gaps obviously that I do realise need to be filled in and covered. I think the cold one looks the right size to carry a marine. Doesn't look like the marine's riding a tiny dinosaur that much. It does look like he could carry the weight of the marine. Obviously the reins are tied up to the saddle there at the front, and I didn't really want to go too far and do too much green stuff work that could be a bit fiddly and delicate and could break off easily. So they're all going to be just riding them like that, as if they've basically got skilled rider. Not that obviously Salamanders get that in the codex, but that's basically what I've tried to do. I just wanted something that was a little bit different from a bike squad. With regards to sort of shooting, you could still say it obviously fires bolt guns or fires something. It could be, you know, for example, from the Salamander or something. I don't know. But it's more of a sort of like a display piece really for the army to go with the army. If the winner of the raffle decides to use it, then brilliant. If not, then no problem. You know, it's just something nice that I think would be a nice sort of unit to go with the army. So there you go, guys. That's what I've been working on in the shadows, really, sort of like to just try and keep it a bit quiet before letting you know what I've been doing. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think. It's taken a while to get the legs right and pin them. I think obviously they're pinned okay and they look like they're riding once all the gaps and stuff are filled in and covered and hidden. But let me know your thoughts, guys. I hope you like them. I'd appreciate obviously any comments and feedbacks. Please like the video, and as always, guys, please subscribe to the channel because I appreciate it ever so much. Have a good evening. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.